7 actors that were forced to take roles that they hate. Acting is something that should be passion-driven. We're delighted to have you back on our YouTube channel today as we talk about the 7 actors that were forced to take on roles that they hate. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the red button below, and get notified whenever we post a new video. Stay tuned to the end. The 7 actors that were forced to take roles that they hate. Sometimes when doing something at our level best, we might be forced to do something that we actually don't like. But because we want to follow orders from above, we end up doing them anyway. This could be for your career and even passion at times. Some Hollywood actors have been given roles that they don't like. There are quite a lot of them, but today we'll just focus on 7. The actors may not like the roles they are given due to various reasons that we will be finding out in today's video for each actor. This is a topic that you don't want to miss, and quickly let's head over to the various characters. Number 7. Jennifer Garner, Elektra. Back in 2003, Jennifer acted in Daredevil, a popular American television series, as Elektra. Almost everyone who was involved in making this particular series a success was excited for a great spin-off that was about to take place, the main focus being on Jennifer. The director and original writer of that particular series, Mark Steven, had a suggestion in bringing Kevin Smith to help with the screenplay. Then, there were a number of quite a lot of interviews about the possible paths that the series' storyline would take. In the series sometimes, Elektra did not accomplish everyone's expectations, and this was the sad part of being that character. This was back in 2005. After some time due to these happenings, Johnson, the director, was even replaced as the writer. Looks like this was needed for the series in order to make some progress. You won't believe this, but immediately after the director was replaced, the film actually made a great debut at the box office, which was quite shocking. The result was quite unexpected, because a lot of people criticized the movie and said it was very boring. Garner, who is a diehard fan of that particular television series, was also disappointed, and she even said that the movie was awful. Well, unfortunately for Jennifer, she had no option but to do that part, because it was part of her contract. With these contracts, you're not allowed to go against the agreement. You have to follow rules when you're dealing with contacts. Number 6. Channing Tatum, G.I. Joe. He has made some super cool hits. Tatum acted in Magic Mike and 21 Jump Street fame. He loved acting quite a lot, but he hated the role that he was given in most of his high-quality releases. This movie was called The Rise of the Cobra. During one interview, he admitted that he was actually forced into acting in that movie. This was in accordance with the contract that he had signed with Paramount Pictures. He had to maintain his end of the deal for Paramount Pictures because they had actually given him a chance to act under their management. Tatum grew up as a lover of cartoons and loved that particular cartoon. When he checked the script of the movie, he was quite disappointed because it did not meet expectations. After seeing the movie script, he was not sure if he really wanted to act as Joe in that movie. The most boring part was that he expected to be the leading man in the movie, more of a star. Tatum was unhappy that he actually had to act in an underperforming action movie. This was bad enough for him just to maintain a contract. Keep watching, guys. We still have a lot more to find out. Number 5. The entire cast, Movie 43. Movie 43 had a cast that included the following: Kate Winslet, yes, the wife to the famous Prince Harry; Emma Stone, Hugh Jackman, Naomi Watts, Halle Berry, Richard Gere, and Gerald Butler. There are quite a lot of superstar actors in the movie, which leaves us with a big question. Why would a movie with these superstars be that boring? Well, it turns out that this movie is quite messy. Keep watching to find out how. After the producer managed to sign in the legends of acting, Jackman and Winslet just to film their scenes in 2009. Wessler, the producer, set the finances up. Sadly, Wessler got a lot of rejections from various studios that did not want to film his movie. He had to wait for many years just to be able to film that movie. This movie was supposed to be funny and comical, but after it was released, to the surprise of the actors, it was nothing that they expected. These actors even refused to promote that movie. This is because they felt like they had wasted their time acting in a movie that had been released like a year after it was made. And even after being released, it did not meet the expectations of the actors. Number 4. Edward Norton, The Italian Job. Edward had been lucky enough to get a contract with Paramount Pictures. Luck was clearly on his side back in the 90s when he landed himself a great deal to play a role in a movie called Primal Fear. This particular movie was nominated for the Oscars in around 1996, and his role too in the movie was nominated. Well, Edward was not around to compete his end of the deal, and Paramount clearly had to take some action when he went back to seek a contract in 1999. Edward had to be humble enough to ask them to sign him into having a new contract. This contract is for his new movie called Fight Club. Paramount had the opportunity to force him into acting one more time after Fight Club had ended and made sure that he keeps up at the end of the deal. In 2002, he had to agree on a film to act on, but Paramount forced him into acting a movie called The Italian Job. Norton refused, and Paramount sent him a letter telling them that if he did not comply, he was going to face legal charges. Both the sides had lawyers and tried to threaten each other to go to court, but eventually Edward had to comply and act. Number 3. Natalie Portman, Thor: The Dark World. Natalie signed into Marvel to play as Jane Foster in Thor. When it was time to film that movie, she actually did Hollywood clout just to let Marvel know how bad their business was. After a while, Natalie was very reluctant to appear in front of cameras, but he was obliged to do so after some of the characters in the movie had to leave Marvel. She kept on acting in the film and didn't speak badly of the projects or anything in public. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this video. Keep watching to the end as we've almost come to an end. Number 2. Bill Murray, Garfield, the movie. For all of us who have watched Garfield, we know how interesting it is, and it's actually shocking that Bill Murray was forced into playing a role he didn't like. The comedy legend was disappointed that he had to play the role of voicing a cat in an animated movie. He had been wanting to so bad act in a cartoon movie, and when he found one, he didn't cross-check without looking closer to what it was about. After he realized the role he had been given, he wanted out, but it was a done deal, and he couldn't get out because it was too late for that. He'd spent a lot of time in the sound booth working on Garfield's voice. Number 1. Emily Blunt, Gulliver's Travels. She made her first debut and came into the limelight after acting in Devil Wears Prada. This made a lot of studios want her to act for them, including Marvel for Black Widow. But Fox Studios refused to let her go and had to force her into acting Gulliver's Travels instead. Unfortunately for Blunt, her contract had obligations that she had to act and star in another movie before she can actually be allowed to leave. Emily was left with no choice but to accept it and act in one more movie for Fox just to keep up the end of the agreement. Fortunately for her, she continued with her career well and made more amazing films. She is currently doing well in her acting career. Conclusion. As you can see, once you sign a contract, you have to live up to the end of the deal and wait till it's done. Otherwise, legal action may be taken against you. We get to learn some things from this from various actors that have been given roles that they don't like or hate. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of our video for the day. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you soon in our next video. Bye guys!